between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their lock.
Hello, welcome back to Sack to the Future 1971. It's week 16, so never mind about that. All that Gillette Stadium and the Patriots have been good for decades business, as we had the announcers still on there. It's 1971, and both of these teams are out of playoff contention, but it is still a division rival, so we'll get to it. The Buffalo Bills, of course, one of the prime or Fantastic Four of Sack to the Future. Of course, every game they've played has been broadcast, and here they are again trying to finish the year and climb out of last place. So this game is basically about last place. The Bills right now are in last place at 5-8-1. And the Patriots are right above them at 6-8. So the loser of this game will be in last place. Trying not to get that distinction is Dennis Shaw. He's got 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, over 2,200 yards. Good completion percentage of around 65%. So Shaw has been very good. Looking at the quarterbacks around the league, Shaw's one of a handful, like 5 or less, quarterbacks that have more touchdowns than interceptions thrown while still throwing for over 2,000 yards. So Shaw has been played very well. Here's the Bills' offensive line: Young, O'Donnell, Jarvis, Carr, and Green. You got Patrick and O.J. Simpson in the backfield. Briscoe and Moses are the wide receivers, and Coy is the tight end. Haven Moses has also had a very good season at receiver, but the Bills have not played very well defensively, and they've been very helter-skelter, I guess you'd say. Some games they look really good, and in other games they just don't look like they have any clue what's going on. But they have kept turnovers in check, which is something, and they've played hard. There's O.J. Simpson. Last week he had 74 yards. For the year, though, only 440 yards. Now, granted, he's only carried the ball 120 times because of a big injury in the beginning of the year.
60 Pittsburgh. Check three.
So the Dolphins have already clinched this division, and all the other teams in the division have been eliminated from wildcard contention. Lassiter, Rowe, Adams, and Wagowski. You got Philpott in the middle, Wachowski, and Coleman are the outside backers. Corners are Carwell and Outlaw, Ricky Harris and Don Webb, or the safeties for the Patriots. So this is year number 71. Both these teams started, of course, in the AFL 1960. You saw that first matchup here on Sack to the Future back when Vinny X Wolf Channel brought you the Bills games. And the rivalry is real. But we're now in year 1971. So they've been playing each other twice a year since 1960. Now we're all in the NFL all together. Of course, Sack to the Future-wise, it's always been Madden, so they've always been in a 4-team division along with the Jets and the Dolphins. So out comes the Patriots. Jim Blunkett, 18 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. He's over 2,600 yards and a ridiculous amount of pass attempts. I mean, this is not anything you would expect for 1971. He may pass the 500th pass attempt of his season, which would just be insane for 1971. And here it starts with a play-action pass, and the Bills, number 41, just kind of put his hand up and knocked it down, did not try for the interception. Here's the Patriots: Mottler, Hagan, Morris, St. Jean, and DeVille. Nance and Maitland in the backfield. Sellers and Bryant are the receivers, and Beer is tight end. What is happening here? All kinds of technical problems here for a second. That's not the best. What? All right. Maybe I should stop looking at that. Let's look at the Bills' defense instead. Cowlings, Dunaway, Taderick, Snowden across the line. You got Stratton, Chandler, and Guidry. The linebackers, they've played pretty well. The linebackers have. Richardson, Potts are the safeties. Wyatt and James are the corners. Probably use an upgrade in secondary players. Okay, I can't.
Get him, boy! Get him, boys!
All right. So the Bills and Patriots both on their first drive come up inches short of getting a first down. So they'll both exchange punts here in the first. So again, right above the Patriots, who are 6 and 8, are the Jets. Who, well, this is a 1 o'clock game, so I guess you shouldn't know that. But the Jets, you'll see the scores down on the line. So at this point in time, the Jets are 6 and 8, and they're playing the Steelers. So you'll see the scores. If the Jets are to lose that game against the Steelers, they would fall to 6 and 9. If the Bills beat the Patriots, that would put the Patriots at 6 and 9, and the Bills would jump from last all the way up to second place. Now again, they have no chance at the playoffs, but still, if you end the year in second place, it feels a heck of a lot better than dead last. So the Bills have things to play for here. Now the Patriots also don't want to drop into last place at the last second, so they would like to keep the Bills down where they feel they belong. Shaw completes his third pass in a row. 3 for 3, 18 yards, but they fail to get first downs. So maybe going for too much of the check down or so, but playing, it's a division game. Oh, he has problems with the punt, and it's going to be blocked. The punt is blocked, picked up, and returned for a touchdown. And that's how the Patriots grab the lead with a special teams play. 6 points for the Patriots, a disaster for the Bills. Neither team has a first down, but the Patriots have a touchdown. 7-0, New England. So Shaw and company will get another chance. 2 drives. 1 first down, I think. No first downs. Neither team has a first down. Shaw to pitch out. O.J. Simpson breaks 1 tackle. None of his blockers help him at all. Both blockers turn to block the guy that he already broke the tackle from. And the Patriots allowed to get a big loss on the play. 3rd and 16. Shaw drops back, fires inaccurately his first incompletion. And the Bills will have to punt. So 1 drive, 1 punt. 2nd drive, punt blocked for a touchdown. 3rd drive, another punt. Going back to Jim Plunkett and his arm falling off here in his rookie year. It's Madden, so first of all, it's what is the 2019 season as far as schedule goes and everything. Oh, there's a look at the playoff standings. You see that the Jets, they say, are still alive, and so are the Patriots, but that's not true. There's no way they can make the wild card. You saw the Chiefs, Oilers, and Dolphins already clinched the division. The Browns are looking good, but the Bengals can still win that division. And the Bengals can win the division, or they can lose their last 2 games and miss the playoffs entirely. So interesting things going on in the AFC. But I was going back to Jim Plunkett again here, as you saw when he took the field. He has a chance to go over 500 attempts here in his rookie year of 1971. In real life, 1971, again, only a 14 game, but that means, so this is game 15 for the Patriots. So at 14 games in, he was at 485 pass attempts, I think it said. In real life, he had 328, even though he did start all 14 games his rookie year. In fact, in Plunkett's career, which lasts in real life all the way to 86, the most pass attempts he ever had was 379 in 83. He also threw for 376 in 73. So Plunkett probably threw in his first 4 years a little bit more than the average in the NFL, but that still was under 400 here. In the Madden style play, you see him a good 100 plus more than he should be. But that's just some of the thing. You know, we do the best we can with the ratings, try to get playbooks in that sort of make running a little bit more prevalent and passing a little bit less, but still at the end of the day, it's still, you know, Madden, which Madden, of course, is built for today football. So some of that stuff you just have to live with, the pass attempts being a little out of whack for the 70s. However, as we move along, you know, it was crazy out of whack for the 60 games we played. Now we're in the 70s, still a little bit out of whack, but getting closer. You know, now instead of having double the stats, we have, you know, 25% too much. And pretty soon, you know, not pretty soon because it takes forever to get through these seasons, but if we ever got to Sack the Future in the 80s, then with ratings and playbooks and stuff, we could start getting it pretty close. But yeah, really, you're not talking until about the 90s. Oh, Richardson did get his. I was not overly excited on that play because I thought Richardson stepped out of bounds and it was not an interception, but in fact, he did get his second foot down. And so that's going to be an interception of Plunkett. And so the Patriots were on the drive, and the Bills intercept them, kind of making up for their turnover earlier, where they had a punt return for a touchdown. So now the Bills feeling a little bit better about the 7-0 score. There's a back-to-back handoff to O.J. Simpson. He makes a couple nice moves there and gets out to within a yard of the first down. And Shaw gets rid of it before he gets hit out to Patrick, and that is a first down. So we're at the point, again, in real life, 1971 had a 14-game season. So the Patriots, you know, will point out some of this stuff here in Week 15. We'll point out some of it next week as well. But in real life, the 1971 Patriots went 6-8, and coming into this game, they are 6-8. So that's pretty darn accurate as far as rating of the team is concerned. Now that won't be, you know, take the pat on the back when I can get it, because that's certainly not going to be the case for all teams. Especially there's some teams that are just going to be out of whack, like the Oilers, Colts, Falcons, and Saints are always going to be better than they were in real life, because about a third to a half of their games are against semi-pro teams still. But we talk about Plunkett, his passing yards, he's about 400 yards too high, but about 150 pass attempts too high. In real life, he did actually throw more this is actually interesting. In real life, 71, he had 19 touchdowns and 16 interceptions through 14 games. And this Sack of the Future season, he has 18 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. So those are very close. Within just one short on the touchdowns and 3 up on the interceptions. So he actually threw more interceptions in Sack of the Future than he did in real life. But so some very, very close statistics, actually, for as modernized as Madden is. A little bit too much pass attempts, but otherwise the Patriots are almost dead on point. So let's take a look and see how you feel about the Buffalo Bills then. If everything was almost perfectly accurate for the Patriots, you say, well, why don't you just make a 1971 game yourself? Well, the Bills come in again. A win puts them over the Patriots. In real life, the Patriots were 6-8. In this game, they're 6-8. Here in Sack Future, the Bills are 5-8-1, which means they're right behind the Patriots. So in real life, what were they? Were they 5-8-1? No. Okay, ties are hard. Were they 5-9? Just a little bit worse? No. They were 1-13. So some things are off for the Patriots. Look no further than Dennis Shaw. As you saw, Dennis Shaw in this Sack to the Future season has a completion percentage of up or over 60%. And he actually is one of the few guys that has more touchdowns. He has 10 touchdowns. In real life, 71, he had 11 touchdowns. But here's the big difference. In this Sack to the Future season, he's only thrown 8 interceptions. In real life, 1971, Dennis Shaw threw 26 interceptions. So Shaw has played way better than his real life counterpart in 71, and that's why the Bills, although still in last place, are not the completely pathetic 1-13 team that they were in real life, 71. O.J. Simpson led the team with 742 yards on the ground. He does lead the team here in Sack to the Future, but he has not hit the 500-yard mark yet. Now, they had no one else. I mean, Wayne Patrick had another 332, and no one else was over 100. Here in Sack to the Future, they have 4 different backs that have over 100 yards on the season. I think all 4 of them have over 200 yards on the season. Did they stop it? No, it just touches. It just touches the goal line. So the Bills get a break there. Instead of having the ball 1 inch away from the goal line, they have it at the 20-yard line. So the rest of the team is pretty much doing what they're supposed to, but just the fact that the quarterback has outplayed his real-life counterpart so much. You see a 1-13 team is at 5-8-1, which is quite an improvement. So we'll see if Shaw continues to do that. Again, I rate these players as best I can based on their play in real life. So I did not have Shaw as a highly rated overall or anything, but he's played very well. So I don't think his rating will change too much from 71 to a 72. In fact, it might even go up a little bit. So what will be weird is if his rating goes up 1 or 2 overall, but his play actually goes down, or if he will continue to outplay his rating, the Bills might have something to work with. Dennis Shaw. Of course, in his second year with the Bills, and he will be here for 72 and 73 as well. In real life, he does cut down on the interceptions, goes from 26 down to 17. So if he gets better in Sack to the Future, he'll be a pretty good quarterback.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Set, go. Ready.
Plunkett dancing around, has a long time but can't pull the trigger and ends up getting sacked by Snowden and other Bills. Okay.
Here we go. 70 in. Shoot, watch the shoot. And go. Roll. Yeah. 50-20.
So just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Patriots up 7-0. Plunkett goes underneath. They will concede that the punt's happening. He's 7 of 14, so he's up to 499 pass attempts. Plunkett's next throw will hit the 500 pass attempt plateau, which again is insane for 71. So we are going to go ahead and do a doubleheader today here in Week 16. I don't remember what the schedule is. Whatever game comes up first is what will be the second game of the doubleheader. It will either be the Bears and the Chiefs, which is the Bears team, my favorite team, but completely out of it this year, against the Chiefs, who are currently the number 1 team in the AFC, although the Oilers won their earlier game, so the Oilers are 13-2 for sure. The Chiefs are 12-2. If they beat the Bears, they will stay as the number 1 seed. So a little bit of reason to watch. I mean, I don't expect the Bears to have a chance, but it is you would get to see the best team in the AFC in action. The other game that it might be is the Cowboys and the Eagles, and that's very interesting because the Cowboys are, of course, the NFC's number 1 team, the best team in the NFL with only 1 loss. But that 1 loss that they have, they're 13-1. Their 1 loss was against the Philadelphia Eagles, so that will be a rematch. You might see the Cowboys beat the crap out of them for revenge, or maybe the Eagles will actually prove that they know something and a way to beat the Cowboys and get them for the second time. The other reason it's interesting is because the Eagles have just maintained around 500 all year. Even though they beat the Cowboys, they're still just a 500 team at 7-7. But the Saints and Niners have had a hard time clinching anything, and so the Eagles are still alive for a wild card if they can beat the Cowboys. So if they could beat the Cowboys, they would be the only team to beat the Cowboys, but they'll have beat them twice, and they'll have an outside chance, but still a chance to sneak into the playoffs, and that would be interesting from a Cowboys perspective, a team that's undefeated and looked amazing except for when they play the Eagles. If they were to allow the Eagles to sneak in and be the 6th seed, but the 1 team that has the Cowboys numbers, that would just make for an interesting playoff situation. Either way, after we watch this game to see who the worst team in the AFC East is, we will see the number 1 team in the conference, either the Chiefs from the AFC or the Cowboys from the NFC. Either way, the Cowboys would hold on to the number 1 seed even with a loss. So a couple of weeks ago, you remember the Cowboys played the Rams, and the Rams had a chance to get within a game of the 1 seed, but instead they lost, and so that put the Cowboys a full 3 games and head-to-head lead over them. Since then, the Rams have not won a game. They may end up throwing that division away, as they have not clinched it yet, but they've fallen all the way down to the 4 seed, I believe the Rams have, and they have not even clinched the division. They might fall into a wild card, which is just insane. Meanwhile, the Cowboys have just gone to 13-1. I believe they've already clinched the number 1 seed. So wait, that's right. They've already clinched the number 1 seed. So they have 2 weeks of nothing really to play for. We know Staubach is not playing. Morton is going to be the starter, unless Morton gets hurt, because Staubach can play. It's just he's been banged up, and there's no reason to risk him since the Cowboys are already the number 1 seed. So the Cowboys want their revenge against the Eagles, but not at the expense of having any key players get hurt for the playoffs. Shaw's going to run this one. He's going to get down to the 2, but not into the end zone. That brings up a 4th down, and the Bills will settle for a field goal. Patriots did call a timeout, so with less than a minute to go, they're trying to give themselves some time before the half. Kick is good, by the way, so the Bills, after getting stunned early on the second drive, having their punt blocked and return for a touchdown, they have just kind of calmed everything down, played some defense, and are still back in this game at 7-3. So Plunkett misses on his 500th pass attempt of the year. And here comes number 501. So welcome to modern football, 1971, Sack of the Future. Patriots on 3rd down decide to run the ball because they don't want to give the Bills too much time to get any more points. So a couple of incompletions, and they decide, let's take a timeout away The Bills will take the timeout, though, and have about 30 seconds with one timeout to see what they can do. It partially depends on this punt return from the 14 across the 20, 25, makes a move up to the 29-yard line, so pretty good return. See if they can get a first down right away here. Then they may have a chance to get some points. Need a chunk, though. Need about 15. Oh, just a handoff, so why not just go to the locker room? So what they're thinking, the Bills feel like they have the momentum because the Patriots only got a score on special teams. But the bottom line is the Bills are losing this game right now. O.J. Simpson gets up to 26 yards on the last carry. So that's the end of the first half. And here comes the start of the second half. I accidentally hit the button too soon. But that's fine. This halftime report sucks anyways. Patriots will down it in the end zone. Patriots start with the ball at their own 25. Losing in total yardage, but winning in total points, which is all that matters. There's a handoff, one nice block, and Maitland gets up to the 30-yard line. So here we go. The Patriots just on that carry finally went over 100 total yards of offense. Plunkett, play action pass. He's looking deep. Oh, he wanted 100 yards on that play. He got about half of it. A huge play, biggest play of the game for the Patriots offense, 41 yards. And the Patriots in business already here in the second half with the ball at the 30-yard line. Plunkett's going to throw again, and this time it's incomplete. 8 of 18, 121 yards, one interception. That interception was thrown in the end zone. Again, the Patriots come in at 6-8. In real life, 1971, they finished 6-8. So the Patriots exactly what we expected them to be. The Bills come in at 5-8-1. In real life, they were 1-13 because they turned the ball over a ridiculous amount of time. They don't turn it over. It's funny to say, but one of the few teams that is still in last place to save the future, but not because they have a ridiculous propensity for turning the ball over. Plunkett, 2nd and 1. Oh, there's a nice tackle jarring the ball loose. Bringing up a third down, 3rd and 1 now. Patriots come out with 4 receivers, or tight end and 3 receivers, I should say. And Plunkett had a man at the 5, but missed him, so that's incomplete. And the Patriots will have to go for a field goal attempt. The chip shot is good, and the Patriots lead 10-3. Now, I did say it's okay that I skipped the halftime because the halftime report sucks, but the other reason I was going to actually let it play this time is because I need to get a drink. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that now. So I guess the announcers are off. I'm not going to turn them on. You'll just have a little bit of silence, unfortunately. I will try to hurry, but who knows? Maybe Shaw can lead the Bills to a touchdown drive since I'm not looking. I will be right back.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Guard. 18 Gators. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hit it. Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Titans on the loose. Titans on the loose. Titans on the loose. Get it. Ready? Oh, yeah. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Head up. Set, go. Let's go, folks.
The previous play is under review.
Let's go, boys. Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. Here we go.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go. 70.
All right, I'm back. I see that the whether I watch or not, the Bills have no interest in playing offense today. Jim Nance is running the ball pretty well, though. 9 carries, 40 yards. Not great, but pretty well. Plunkett fires across the middle and completes for a first down. Plunkett up to 149 yards. So the Patriots are starting to put more offenses in the works here in the second half than they did in the first. That's without a doubt. All right. So oops, not that. What am I doing?
He's not gonna get me.
Okay.
Hot, hot. Keep playing.
Let's do the 70s.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, Reed, get in the weight room. Ready to go.
Let's see.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
No, come on.
Come on now, let's go.
Automatic first down.
Here we go. Set. 10 Tucson. All day, dog. Hut, hut.
Please.
Two times. We got 4.
All right, Patriots second goal from the 10. Plunkett looking and throwing to nowhere. No one was close to that one. No Patriot and not really any Bills either. He just, I guess it's as good as throwing it out of the back of the end zone. He just threw it to where no one was. And that time, I'm not sure if he threw that away also or if he just misfired. But even had he been accurate, that was only going to gain like a yard, so he might have just thrown it away. Patriots have run 40 plays, most of them through the air. So again, the Patriots just continuing to break the minds of people here in 71 with throwing the ball so much. But it might keep them out of last place as they now lead 13-3 in the game for last place. So what do we know? We know these two teams are eliminated. We know the Dolphins have won the division. We know the Chiefs, Oilers, and Dolphins are all division winners, and the Browns are in the playoffs. We do not know if the Browns or Bengals have won that division yet, though. And we do not know if the Bengals make the playoffs. So we still have some things to work out, and we still have seeding to work out. Right now, the Oilers won the early game to get to 13-2, so technically, at the moment, they are the 1 seed. They've stolen it from the Chiefs, but the Chiefs haven't played yet, so as long as the Chiefs also win this week, they will remain the number 1 seed. But regardless, whether the Chiefs win or lose, we do not have the number 1 seed clinched. That will have to happen on the last week of the year. In the NFC, we do know the number 1 seed is. It's the Cowboys. And no matter what happens, the Cowboys are the number 1 seed in the NFC. We know the Vikings have clinched the division. We know the Falcons have clinched the division. We actually do not know who's clinched the West yet. The Rams have been faltering, lost, I believe, 3 in a row now, and have a 1-game lead over the Niners with 1 game to go, and they may even be playing themselves if they do. I mean, if the Niners are playing the Rams. I don't think that's true, though. In fact, I think they just played. Or are playing this week. Either way, whatever the schedule is, the Rams have not clinched that division yet. The 49ers are still alive for winning the West, but they could also miss the playoffs. So a win, and they have a chance at the division. A loss, and if enough things happen right, including the Eagles beating the Cowboys later this week, then the Niners could miss the playoffs entirely. And then the Niners, well, the Redskins, I believe, have clinched. Pretty sure the Redskins have clinched. I don't think there's any way they can fall out of the playoffs. They could fall down to the 6th seed, but their best they can be is 5th, worst they can be is 6th, so they're pretty much set as well. But the last wild card spot has a lot of teams open for it. The 49ers, Saints, Eagles, and Cardinals, I believe, all have a chance to grab that last seed of the playoffs. Now, the easiest one is the 49ers. If they just win their last game, they could steal the division if the Rams are to lose, but they definitely clinch playoff spots. So Niners have the easy road, win and they're in. But I believe everybody else needs some help. There's a nice run for Maitland, but Stratton comes up injured. I thought the running back himself was injured after that hit he took, but no. Stratton is the one that comes up hurt, and the Patriots are driving again. A couple field goals here in the 3rd quarter, but more yards in this quarter than they had in the entire first half. Bills starting to get stretched thin on defense. There's another run that gets another first down. They've kind of used the pass to open up the run here. But the bottom line is the Patriots have the ball the entire 3rd quarter, and Bills defense is getting worn down. It's another handoff. Maitland, 5 carries, 32 yards. So Maitland and Nance have combined for very close to 100 yards now. There's some motion. The Patriots get it off with 1 second to go, so they're just ball controlling and just dominating the clock. And the Bills need to get a turnover here because the Patriots are really putting the clamps on. There's another handoff, another first down. Nance up to 74 yards. Or no, yeah, Nance. 50 plays now the Patriots have run on offense. Will they run number 51 or let it go into the 4th quarter? So 50 plays through 3 quarters for the Patriots offense, and they will start the 4th quarter in the red zone, already winning by 2 scores. A touchdown here puts the game away, I'm sure. Bills desperately need to keep them to a field goal. All kinds of motion here by the Patriots. Still a 2 tight end, 2 back set. With some pre-game snap shenanigans. And Maitland gets the ball right into the middle of the field. I'm sure that's to set up an easy field goal. So now you'll probably see on 3rd and 8, Plunkett take a shot at the end zone here. And no, he actually hands off, so they would just want to work on the clock. Really no belief that the Bills offense could put fast drives together. They'd rather take more time off the clock, settle for the field goal. This will push it to the brink of, oh, it's a fake. What? That was interesting. I guess they thought they would lull the Bills to sleep, and then on a fake, there must have been something wrong with the snap. Is that the kind of fake you call a fake where the holder just gets up and starts running with it? The holder cannot possibly pick that up, can he? Either a poorly designed fake or there was something wrong with the snap and he just tried to get something done. Either way, the Bills lucky to allow 0 points. Thought for sure they were going to allow at least 3. And now you see Shaw completed that pass. He's 12 of 15 with 115 yards, and he has not turned it over. So again, that's how he's been. He's doing this. So his stats look pretty good. Very accurate. 13-16, very accurate. Decent amount of yards. More touchdowns than interceptions. But at the end of the day, you're not getting any points. Shaw on 3rd and 4 is going to tuck it and run and then slide, I think, before he got the first down. Inches short, and the Bills will punt.
Come on, fellas. Here we go. 30 pace. Let's go. I got you, pop. Watch that, watch that, watch that. Let up. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Patriots over 300 yards now.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Patriots just sucking the life out of the Bills here.
4 down, even.
Completely dominating the second half. It's only 13-3, but oh, there's another mistake. They've made mistakes too. They left 3 points on the board the last drive, and now they pick up a delay of game. But it's just they have drained the clock. They have run much better in the second half, and the Bills might not even have a first down. The Bills have really been shut down. Actually, the entire game, but especially here in the second half. All that said, though, it's a 10-point game. I mean, one turnover, a pick six or a sack, scoop and score, and be a brand new game. So when you only stretch it to a 10-point lead, you're still allowing the possibility of a comeback here. There's a completion. Oh, Nance going the wrong way, gets hit by the defender and pushed into the right direction, but still short of the first down. So the Bills starting to run out of time, but they do still have time. They just need to get the offense going now. This has to be a drive that gets points.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Break. Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Hit it.
What?
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Hit it. 52, Mike 52. Let's get the ball. Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left.
So first down is something. Again, the Bills must get points on this drive. Pitch out to Patrick, and he gets caught in the backfield. 7 carries, 7 yards. Not anything to write home about.
10 Lobo.
So if you've been following along, 1971, thank you. I hope you're enjoying the season. Almost to the playoffs. I know that I realize this game for last place is not anything too exciting, but we're getting there. We're getting to the exciting part. Next game tonight will include a number 1 seed, whether it's the Chiefs or the Cowboys. One of those two will be coming up next, so that may be more exciting for those of you that like to see good teams play. Certainly more points with either one of those guys, as the Cowboys, I believe, are number 1 offense in the league, and the Chiefs are up there as well. Not sure if they're in the top 5, but if not, I'm sure they're 6 or 7, somewhere right around there. Shaw underneath. Shaw's been doing that a lot, and that's, 16 of 22. He just, these underneath passes, they're not getting points, but his stats end up looking good. At the end of the game, he'll be over 60% with over 200 yards, and he came into the game with more touchdowns and interceptions, so Shaw statistically is fine, just not generating enough points. 50 yards, they got to have it, and he gives it to him. A big kick by Leipold, 50-yarder that was questionable, but it pays off. Said they had to get points. They got it. They got the field goal. They needed both. Now they just need one. So that was successful. It's a 1-score game. But look at this return across the 40, across midfield. 40, 30, 25, 20. One Bill could catch him with the ankle, and he does. Down to the 5-yard line. So the Bills get back into it with a 50-yard field goal, and the very next play is a huge 83-yard kickoff return. And now the Patriots are knocking on the door for a touchdown after just giving up a field goal and letting the Bills back into the game. They get a huge return. Now the difference in this game is already a Patriots special teams play where they blocked the punt and returned for a touchdown, and now the special teams come up with an 83-yard kick return. So the Patriots special teams is just dominating this game, and Plunkett throws his first touchdown pass of the game, and now the Patriots actually have their biggest lead of the game. Also, that was the 60th play from scrimmage. And we just lost a viewer. So perhaps a Bills fan or someone that just hates the Patriots can't take it anymore. It's 20-6 Patriots. The Bills are going to remain in last. Does this clinch it? Let's see. The Jets and Patriots go to set. Yep, this clinches it. This guarantees the Bills will finish in last place. The Bills actually have a better record than the Bears, but the Packers have been so pathetic that the Bears have a chance. If they win either of the last 2 games, they will not be a last place team. The Giants are still in last, so the Bills will definitely finish in last. The Giants and Bears both may finish in last, and then, of course, the Cowboys are the number 1 team in the league. So that's how your Fantastic Four is going. Patriots, they can celebrate this win, but they're not going anywhere either. This only gets them to 7 and 8. I do believe they play the Jets. No. The Bills play the Jets next week, right? I think the Patriots might be playing the Dolphins. I was going to say the Patriots and Jets will be tied going into the last week to see who finishes in second. But I guess they could both lose. Shaw, another throws underneath, but able to get the first down. to run after the catch. So see, Shaw's just slowly not taking any risks, keeping himself near 60%. He's going to go over 200 yards and add to a very nice statistical season. All statistics except for win-loss record, of course. Patriots came in as the 20th ranked defense. They have held the Bills under 200 yards so far. The Bills may climb over that soon. There's a completion. That should do it. It definitely put Shaw over 200 yards. Now he's been sacked a couple of times, and they do not have much of a running game today, so I still believe they have hit 200 yards of total offense, though. 2 minutes to go, down by 2 touchdowns with 2 timeouts. Why do they have 2 timeouts? Don't recall the Bills using one of their timeouts already, but it says they only have 2 remaining. Shaw avoids a sack, fires to the sidelines. That's incomplete. 21 of 31. That's extremely checked down. He actually checked to behind the line. Now Shaw will float this one up into traffic, and it comes up incomplete. So it's going to be a 4th and long here. Shaw, good protection, fires deep downfield and just misses his receiver. Well, he had the protection, had a chance to get it to Briscoe, but it came up incomplete. And the Patriots should be running the ball. I hope they do here. The game's over. There's no reason for Plunkett to throw even more. Okay, good. Hand off to Nance. And Nance gets a couple more yards. So again, coming up just minutes after this game ends will be the second part of the doubleheader tonight. I honestly don't know if it will be the Chiefs-Bears or Cowboys-Eagles. Cowboys-Eagles, of course, will be the best team in football trying to avenge their only loss of the season. And Nance will get up to 97 yards, but they're not going to try to get him 100 yards. They're just going to do the safe thing and kneel it. Down to a knee goes Plunkett. The Bills lose again, 20-6. Patriots still have a chance to finish 500. They're up to 7-8 now. For whatever that means, moral victories, I guess, if you finish 500. Not anything impressive. But that does it here from New England. Blanco was 50%. Shaw was better percentage-wise. Yards were about the same. Plunkett a touchdown and a pick. Shaw neither of those two things. But Plunkett's the winner, 20-6. Thank you for watching. Come back in just a few minutes to see probably better offensive football. If you don't come back, thanks for watching this one. Thanks for following along. Zach to the Future. We are in week number 16. We're getting close to the playoffs. We will see you in a few minutes.